I want to continue learning is
Yeah.
I want to learn how to control my emotions because at if I get disappointed in you, I'll get angry. The much you can say is sorry. But then whatever I decide to do or feel afterwards out of my anger is literally my fault. It's not your fault anymore.
Yeah.
So I've gotten in situations where I can't really control my emotions and they are too much. And if I don't control them, I get to see the harm that it does. So I need to learn how to control them.
One thing is this. I wish I learned financial management early. Yeah.
Very important.
If I learned it early,
Yes.
I would have been sharing spaces with Bill Gates right now.
Yeah.
I would have been telling him, big man, go get me salt from the supermarket.
Yes.
Hey, don't laugh at me, man. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm just saying, but yeah, I wish I learned it earlier, to be honest. Like financial management, yeah. Because I used to get back and like squander it. You get me?
Yeah.
It comes like this. It goes so fast out. It's like soap. When you try to grasp on it, it goes in it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's one thing I
Wow.
wish I learned early.
Yeah. A very good morning, a very good afternoon, a very good evening from wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to the Youth Impact Show. I'll be your host, Nadia Kiboy. Allow me to appreciate our host today, Convent International Hotel, for giving us this amazing space to bring to you this show raw and live. Last week we talked about failure and success in the lives of young people. And today we'll do a different topic, but still in the same line of analyzing the lives of young people. And today we'll be discussing the things that we have learned in our youth. And with me today, I'm joined by amazing, beautiful people, Shalom Stanley and Candy, who will be joining me and helping me dive deeper into this topic. Stay tuned. Welcome, guys, into this discussion. It's a pleasure having you guys. How has your week been? And how have you guys been? What has been the highlights of your weeks? We can start with you. Oh, Candy, our guest today.
Well, last week was good. This new week has started off quite well. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best.
Stanley.
Before I tell you about my week, welcome to the Youth Impact Show. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Anyway, my week was, it's been interesting. Wait, it's just the beginning of the week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Last week, how has your last week been?
It was amazing. It was full of events here and there. It was full of a lot of self-diagnosis as well. Yeah. It was interesting. That's just what I can say, to be fair.
You know, Shalom, you need to tell us where you go to model, because your past weeks, when you talk about them, they're always occupied. So that means you're either somewhere attending an event, or you're modeling somewhere, or you're doing things then here. And you know, you can call us and watch, Banner, to watch too. We just don't.
Check out my Instagram, XEIZMOR, if you want the spelling. Yeah, you see everything that I do and what makes me busy. Drop there.
Okay.
Give my follow, come on.
Okay, we'll be keen to check what you're doing. Candy, how do you feel to be in this space? I know it's your first time. Is it?
Well, last week was my first time. This is the second time. I feel quite great, actually.
Now, it's so good to have you guys. And you guys are looking, your shoe game is beating mine. It's not allowed. It's not allowed.
Let me tell you something. You're a sum total of the 5 people you spend your time with. So you need to question the 5 people that you spend your time with. Yeah.
So you sell clothes, and you're a fashionista.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life? Bye-bye. Anyway, wow. Let's get into a discussion today, and our discussion today is more of still analyzing the lives of young people, but getting deeper into knowing that the things that we have learned in our youth, because I believe the things that you have learned, you're able to share them out there with other people, and they can be inspirational. They can teach one person or another 1, 2, or 3 things. So today, that's the center of our topic, and we'll be talking about the things we have learned in our youth. What do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm not gonna lie. It's one that I really want to delve into.
Because you have many, many, many lessons that you have
so
learned.
many lessons. Yeah.
Wow.
So many of them.
I would want, I mean, I can't wait to get deeper into it. How do you feel about that topic, Kendi?
Well, I'm here to learn as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I want to learn what your lessons.
And you can learn from hers too. I can learn from both of you guys.
Disclaimer, some of them have learned them today.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, you know, life is a journey. You keep learning. Every other day you keep learning. Something happens, you learn from it.
Yeah.
And learning never ends. It continues. So what are the things that you guys have learned in your youth? Yes.
August. Welcome to the Youth Impact Show once again.
you.
Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Well, I will. The first thing I have learned, well, for me, prayer is very important. So that's the first most important thing I've learned as a youth. Because as I continue to grow, I get I'm sure I'm not the only one, but once you're in school, once you're in town, you get to meet everyone. They have different views, different religions, and everyone has their say, you know. And sometimes going to church becomes, why are you going to church on a Sunday when the pastors are, you know, they're not. But here's the thing, I feel like connecting with you and your creator, first of all, is what will take you to the next step before doing anything. Because as much as most of us in school, we rarely go to church because it's no longer as important as it was. So you get, when we're in school, we don't go to church, but when you're home is when you go to church, just because your parents, your guardians are forcing you to go to church. But here's the thing, you wouldn't be where you are without their prayers, or whoever prayed for you to be where you are, or your own prayers. So we've reached at a point where we find ourselves as adults and we can do this thing by ourselves, but in reality we really can't. We need God's hand to, you know, the next step,
to guide us.
Because there's a lot that the challenges, there's a lot that the world is unveiling, and we're getting to know. I'm getting to know myself. I really don't know myself. Yes, I'm getting to know myself because I knew myself as a child. I'm now entering into adulthood. I really don't know anything about it, so I need the guidance to figure it out. So I came to learn that
Prayer. I agree with you. Prayer is essential. Yeah, and I think that's a whole different topic. Talking about like how you can align your life into a life that is Christ-like. And yeah, it's true. We actually need God. We do need God. And if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't even be sitting here. That's one thing for sure. Yeah, Shalom, let's get into your lessons that you have learned. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I've learned a couple of lessons. Yeah? I've learned forgiveness.
Wow.
Yeah? I've learned patience. Yeah? I've learned to understand.
Yes.
Yeah. Genuinely, I've learned to understand. And I also learned about community. Let's get deeper into stuff now. So, like, I've learned that, you know, in this life, you can't just walk alone.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, Liverpool says, never walk alone. There's a reason as to why them man said that. Obviously, they said that because, you know, the fan base, but it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
You can't walk alone in this life. That's why we're 8 billion. I think the population of the world is about 8 billion right now.
Yes.
So, like, you can't just do it solo. You need next man to help you
Yeah.
with whatever it is that you're going through. let's say if you're going through something that is suppressing you, if you don't speak out, you're gonna die alone. But if you speak out, you build community. And obviously you just don't speak out with anyone, but you speak out with the people that you like trust in them. People who you, if you tell they're gonna like generate or rather like lead you towards a solution type of like environment, or they provide that environment that's necessary for you to like thrive and get out of that situation that you've been in that's suppressing you and whatnot. So yeah, like community is key, man. Oh yeah, and I've also learned another thing. Family is a decision, it's a choice.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, you can be in the yard with the people living, but they don't give you home.
Yes.
You get me? Because you can be in the house and people are not giving you home. So it gives you the vibes of, alright, cool. We're just here, but there's someone who's paying the major rent, but all of us are renting out rooms for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you go outside there and you meet your brethren.
Yeah.
For those who do not know what brethren are, it's friends. You meet your friends and they give you that home feeling that family gives you.
Yeah.
So it's a choice, man.
It's a choice. I agree. I agree on that point because, have you ever lived somewhere and you feel like it's like you've rented a hostel with people, and yet these are blood relatives actually, and you feel like this is not home. This is not home. And I feel like your point, community and prayer, I think those are the main things that keep us standing as human beings, because you will always operate or you'll always revolve or be surrounded by people. And then again, in your existence of life, you will need prayer, which is the driving force to everything that we are doing in this world. I'm curious to know some of the lessons that probably you wish you would have learned a long time ago.
Okay.
Yes. Things that you sit down and say, if I did this, if I knew this a few years ago, I think I'd be here and here. I'll be this kind of a person.
Yeah.
Yes.
One thing is this. I wish I learned financial management early. Yeah?
Very important.
If I learned it early,
Yes.
I would have been sharing spaces with Bill Gates right now.
Yeah.
I would have been telling him, big man, go get me salt from the supermarket.
Yes.
Hey, don't laugh at me, man. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm just saying, but yeah, I wish I learned it earlier, to be honest. Like financial management, yeah. Because I used to get back and like squander it. You get me?
Yeah.
It comes like this, it goes so fast out. It's like soap. When you try to grasp on it, it goes in it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I
Wow.
wish I learned early.
Yeah.
Or rather, awareness would have been created.
You mentioned financial management, and I remembered I was wishing the same. I did a short course in financial management together with my colleagues. And it was, I think we did it around, was it May or around March there? March, I can't remember the timelines, but we did that short course. And the things we learned there, oh my God. You're sitting and wishing, I wish I knew these things. Because, there are times you have opportunities that give you a lot of money. But then when you get that money, you don't even know how to spend it. You either squander it, and then and then you end up, being left with nothing. The people who've gotten a lot of money, but they didn't learn about investments. They didn't learn about savings. They didn't learn about those crucial things. So financial management, I feel like as young people, if you're out there and you're a young person, please, if you can invest in a class, financial management, please do so and thank us later, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go to the next lesson from you, Kendi.
The next lesson, I want to continue learning. I want to learn how to control my emotions. Because and if I get disappointed in you, I'll get angry. The much you can say is sorry. But then whatever I decide to do or feel afterwards out of my anger is literally my fault. It's not your fault anymore.
Yeah.
So I've gotten in situations where I can't really control my emotions and they are too much. And if I don't control them, I get to see the harm that it does. So I need to learn how to control them. Yeah.
And actually, I like how you guys are actually saying that I need to learn this. Meaning, as I said earlier on, learning is a process. It never stops. So even in this forum, as we are talking, you're actually thinking about things and you're like, actually, I would love to learn about this. I would love to learn about emotional intelligence, just like you're saying. And I feel like when growing up as young people, we grow up in different environments that subject us to certain emotions. And how we put our emotions out there is actually very important. How we consume people's reactions and emotions is also very crucial for us, because we need that emotional intelligence, because we are living in a world that is full of people. Not every person will be upright. Not every person will cater to the needs of your emotions. You'll find you're dealing with a rude person, and you find you're dealing with a very soft person and you're impatient. You're dealing with a rude person and you can't stand it. But emotional intelligence, I think it's one major thing that we need to learn. Yeah. I feel like I'm also, just like you, I'm also learning how to be emotionally intelligent. And it's a journey. It's a journey. We are young people. And if we don't learn these things right now, then how about when we transition into the next world of you have a family, they are demanding this, and your mind is running wild, and you just, everything is just, it's too much. But you'll be able to, with emotional intelligence, you'll be able to sit down with your family and tell them, you know what, this is the direction we are going to take, without putting too much emotions to it, because there are human beings involved here. So yes, so that's a good point. Yeah, you have any other lesson?
Oh my days, I got a list. Wait, I got a list.
Yes.
Okay, so I touched on understanding forgiveness. So let me delve deeper into that.
Yeah.
So in understanding, there's so many things. So I'll touch on a few.
Yes.
I've learned that your mental health matters a lot.
So true.
And I also got to learn that people have been living in trauma, especially, sorry to say this, but our parents' generation,
Yes.
they lived in trauma and it was normal for them.
Yes.
So, and also got to learn something else. Trauma unresolved is trauma transferred. You get
Yes.
me?
True.
So by virtue of that, mental health matters, because when you overlook someone's mental health, like you're putting them in a position of jeopardy. It's gonna be, because they need to be functional in the society, and that comes by how you choose to accommodate their mental health.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's say if you're in a situation, because I'm talking out of experience, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a time I was going through like depression and a lot of stuff, PTSD, anxiety, and so like I shared it with some of my loved ones. I won't mention names.
Yes.
I shared it with some of my loved ones, and there's certain kind of feedback that I got that wasn't really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really matters. So from that, I got to learn that like if I get someone else who's going through the same thing, there's a certain level of compassion that I have and empathy for them because of the kind of situation that they're going through. So yeah, I got to learn that. And on the aspect of forgiveness, I've gotten to learn that forgiveness is actually letting go. It's not forgiveness where you just utter by word of mouth and then you're like, yeah, I forgive you, but deep down you're like, right, if I meet you in the corner, I'm ducking you in.
Yeah.
You get me? I'm ducking you in. So I got to learn that, yeah, because there's so many things that I bottled up like as a little child growing up, and I got to realize that it was spreading
into my life, like in everything. They were related with my friends, other people that I met, and they were getting affected. So I had to like release some stuff. I had to actually forgive people in my life that did me wrong. That helped a lot, to be fair. Yeah, I guess that's just about a few, but there's so much more anyway.
We'll keep on sharing. I just don't want you to talk for too long and then leave one person quiet. But just to comment on the talk about on the mental health. You say trauma that is acquired, trauma unresolved is trauma transpired. You know how I came to learn that? It's because I went for therapy a few months ago, and that has or was the best time of my life, because I realized I was carrying a lot of baggage and I didn't know it. Some from my childhood, actually. But when you sit on that seat with your therapist and you keep on talking, you keep realizing that, actually things that were bottled deep down within you and that could actually hinder you from moving on in the next stage of your life. So as young people, it is very, very important, I emphasize very, very important, to know the state of your mental health, because it can hinder you from being productive. It can hinder you from doing a lot of things. And it can stem from just feeling like you don't feel like doing anything at all. You wake up, you don't have that passion to keep chasing your job or keep doing things that you love doing. It could be small things as those, and waking up and feeling like, what, nimechoka, and I don't feel like doing this anymore. Yet, maybe you having that passion or that energy to do something could propel you to another level, could propel you to your biggest business, cloth line. It could propel you to being a fashionista, an international fashionista, Amen, amen, amen. Yeah, so it's a lot. And just like you guys have said, those are lessons you've learned in your youth, that mental health is crucial for young people. And as young people, we don't want to get to 40s, 50s, 60s, and then that's when we are seeking help. It means we have wasted all our time. We've wasted our youth because we are stuck into a dark spot where if we were out of it, then we would have been better human beings in future, even at 80s and 60s. So yeah, that one, I think that's the highlight of it. Mental health needs to be put those two pins. Those two pins on WhatsApp? The two red ones. Yes, to emphasize on it. Yes. Can you have anything else to?
Yes, confidence. I feel like you need to learn confidence. You should be able to walk in a room as much as you've never done. I have never been in front of a camera. This was my first time.
Are you seeing the way she's sitting?
Yes.
Confident.
You should be able to walk into a room and be confident about it.
Wow.
And you should be able to speak the affirmations, I am confident and I can do this to yourself, no matter what you're doing. Because the minute you don't have the confidence in yourself, there's no way anyone around you will have the confidence
in you.
Completely.
Wow.
Oh, add the volume.
I feel like the main key is the confidence. You should be able to, when you're looking for something, have the confidence of, this is me, it's okay if I get it, it's okay if I don't get it. I am still confident about it. I am supposed to be confident by myself first before asking you to come and support me. I need to be confident that I can do this. I need to be confident to wake up in the morning to do a certain thing so that I can be Nadia.
Yes.
Your mind, now I am confident in myself, so I need to win your confidence and your trust so that you can always support me. I feel like confidence is very essential, and we should learn how to adapt it. I'm also learning about confidence actually.
I love what you said about confidence, because that reminds me, someone very special to me is fond of giving me affirmations. And they tell me, even though I sit here, And I keep telling you all these things. Oh, you're beautiful. You're confident. You're this and this and this. If you don't believe it in yourself, then whatever I'm saying is just gas. It's just gas. And that emphasizes what you've just said. Like, you have to believe in yourself before anyone believes in you. I always say, in this world, you are alone. It's just you. You're Shalom. Yes, you have a family, you have siblings, you have your friends, but you're alone. So if you don't believe in yourself, no one can tell you, you know what, get my confidence, use it. Yes. Use it, and then you can return it to me later. No. You have to believe in yourself before anyone else believes in you. Yes.
So another thing we've learned is you're great. You're great. Everyone else behind the camera is great. And you who's watching us is spectacular.
Yes.
Yeah, I've gotten to learn that, you know, in this life,
Yes.
like, it doesn't hurt if you just tell someone you're great. If it doesn't hurt if you go out there and make someone's day. Tell them they look nice, man.
Yes.
Tell them, oh, listen, like you, the way you approached me was so kind.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I really liked it. You see, they all switched to the States.
Yes.
Yeah, man, just
Appreciating
appreciate the
others.
little thing, man.
Appreciating others. And I feel like that's a very good quality to have as a young person, you know, being able to see something and just call it nice and just say it. Any lessons you actually have left out or you're thinking about and you're like, I must say this. I must say this.
One thing I've learned. Sorry. Oh yeah, I hope you're not. Yeah, good.
Go ahead.
Okay, bueno.
Yeah.
See, almost. Okay. I've learned that to appreciate little moments with everyone. Yeah, because people are dying, man, quick, very fast.
Yes.
You might be spending time with the next one right now. The next moment you hear da 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 gone. Yeah, so I learned that raw.
You need to tell them how you feel.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like, just when I get time with someone, I ensure that, you know, I just have to make the most out of that time.
Yes.
Because you never know when next you're gonna meet them again. And also
Wow.
one thing that I've learned is that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And no one gets to the Father except through him.
I love that lesson. I love that particular lesson out of the many that you've mentioned today. And I don't know how to emphasize it enough. I mean, time is moving and we are not here in this world permanently. One day we will go. You will go, I will go, you will go.
You mentioned the only certain thing that we know about life is the only certain thing is that you'll die. That's the only certain thing.
Yes.
And every time they asked me, why are you so excited each year on your birthday?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's my birthday. I have
Yes.
to be excited. And so they told me, like, you also have to look at it. The older you get,
Yeah.
the faster you are to your dying age.
Yeah,
You really
to
don't
grief.
know.
It's like you're dashing
you're
towards a grave,
almost
innit?
there, you know.
Yes.
You've lived now for 23 years. You don't know how long
Alright,
you're
no.
going to live.
Oh,
I
hold
have
on,
lived
hold
for
on.
23
Why are you doing
years.
this to the camera? That's a violation.
I
I'm
really
suing
don't
you.
know how long I'm
I'm
going to
suing
live.
you.
You've been good.
I'm not thinking. Don't listen to her. I'm
So the small moments
Yeah.
that you mentioned
Yeah.
are they're very important. We may just take like a picture right now, but tomorrow that will be so beautiful, as chaotic as the picture may look now. It will be so beautiful tomorrow because we really don't know. That's the
Yeah.
point. We really don't.
Yes.
We just know we're just living. Whatever happens, happens. So the small moments actually matter because in a very small moment, I might choose to be nice or mean to you, but you'll remember it.
Yes.
So then you'll go back home and you'll be, is this lady who helped me with this and this and this? You know what? God bless you. That small God bless you is very major because I have spoken a blessing upon your life. It's just not upon yours because it goes to your kids, It's very, it's the way someone talks about you
Yeah.
when you're not there, when you're not in the room, speaks a lot about you. So like the small moments, like when you encounter whoever, a stranger, someone you know, like that small moment is a very big thing because you really don't know. You may walk into a room and they'll be like, she's a good person. She helped me at a certain time, and you don't remember. She helped me at a certain time, so that person will vouch for you. Over that small incident of you've dropped your wallet or you've done something. I feel like that is a key.
Someone was making fun, and I don't find it fun actually. It wasn't funny because they're like, the only time we meet is we only meet when there is a burial or when someone is getting married or something like that. Like, holla at your people. Let them know that you're there. Check up on them. Because you never know. You don't want to be meeting with people in their burials or in the burials of you're going to bury someone who you should have just checked up on them and know how they are. So that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
The whole thing of you writing a whole paragraph on your status and you've never called this person to tell them or texted this person, that's, I'm sorry to say, hypocrisy. Because there's no way you're going to write a whole paragraph about me and you had the moment, the minute, the second to just text me, "Hi Candy, you know what? But here you are writing a whole paragraph. I won't read it, I won't see it. I might have needed it done."
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, hey, I just lost my chain of thoughts. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys. You guys can ask me, what have I learned in my youth?
To all very old. Yeah? Very
Old?
mature. Yeah?
You guys said
likes-
something last week.
Actually, the young generation.
Yes.
You're not young.
I am young.
Yeah.
And I learn a lot from you guys because you guys are so full of wisdom. I can't even. It's crazy
You see
because
this right here? No, allow me, man. It's here. It's here.
you just have good genes.
Allow me to shine, man.
Okay, shine.
Not everyone has good, who has good genes has.
So yours is wisdom.
The exit is open.
Yours is wisdom.
Mine.
Someone said gray hair is what is
Here's the
wisdom.
thing, yeah?
It's not black hair.
No, I'm even adjust
Yours is
now.
black.
Sit, yeah? So here's the thing. Yeah? Your viewers can tell you. Yeah? They can chat to you and tell you the truth.
Oh yeah. You see this right here? It's major, man. It just doesn't come like that.
Viewers, please comment there. Tell us,
Yeah, put it down in the comment section.
is black hair really, is beard really wisdom? We want to know, please.
Alright, let me tell you
Enig,
something that I've learned. With the beard comes influence, discipline. Yeah? And there's one more I'm forgetting. Influence, discipline. When I remember, I'll tell you. Look. But yeah, there's three stuff that I learned about the beard.
Talking about influence, you should look for those people called, I know there's a brand called Mandevu. Mandevu, you should pay
Oh, yeah.
me because I'm advertising you
Yeah.
right now. But Mandevu should look for you.
Please,
Yeah.
we love you, Mandevu. We want to work with you. Yes, we love you. Please, look.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could actually be your brand ambassador.
Come on, oh, shout me, man. I'm here ready. Ready, please.
Anyway, one thing I have learned
Yeah.
in my youth is humility. Humility. Yeah?
Quick question before I continue.
Yes.
If you say that you're humble, are you really humble? It's a good one.
I have
That's a good question.
It's a deeper one, isn't it?
That's a good question. If you ask me, I feel like humility is it's just like a learning process. Every other day, you're in situations where you are humbled, and that teaches you to practice humility wherever you go. I might say I'm humbled right now, and I'll be in a different situation, or I'll go to a different place tomorrow. And I'll be like, wow, my humility is not even enough here. Like, I'm even more humbled, you know? So for me, if you ask me if I'm humbled, I'm practicing humility. I try to practice humility wherever I go. And I do that by being sensitive to the different people, different environments I'm in, so that my experience is not something that outshines someone else from their life. So it's something I've learned, something I keep on learning, that I have to humble yourself before the Lord, and He will do what?
Lift you up.
He will lift you up.
100%.
Yes.
I like the way that you said you're practicing it, because
Yes.
humility is like love. It's
Yes.
action driven and not word driven.
Yes.
You get
True. True. Yeah. Wow.
Action driven.
Action driven.
Practicing.
Yes.
That means you're acting upon something to
Yes.
execute humility, or rather for humility to be portrayed.
Yes. Yeah. You wanted to add something onto his point?
No, yeah, I agree with everything you guys have said.
Yeah.
It's more of, I feel like when it comes to being humble, there's two ways to go about it.
Yes.
Being humble is really good, but here's to the point of, you might be humble and to the point of where someone thinks that they can take advantage of your humility, and just because you're trying to be nice and being humble, they feel like, you know what, I'll take advantage of this, do you dirty, be mean to you. But I feel like in some situations when I need to stand, like to have my say and to stand up for myself, I feel like I can tell the humbleness, just hold on for a minute, because this
Hold
person
on.
is getting on my nerves.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yes.
Some name,
Because
right?
this person is getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
You know? But I do agree with you. There are situations where you might go and you're humbled by, you're like, okay, you know what, I am humbled to be in your presence because you have done so. But here's the thing, most people get so humbled when they get to meet greater people or people who are wealthier than themselves. But if you're being humble, you should be able to be humble too. You know? Someone
Yeah.
who's also not as wealthy, or
Yeah.
it's really just basic human decency.
Yeah.
No, true, 100%.
Yeah. It is something.
I remember something that you said when you mentioned about you mentioned something, and I remembered that we do not dictate, or this is something that I've also learned, and I'm still also learning. Well, I'm also still learning the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
But this one, like, I've learned it, and I got to learn that we do not have the power to dictate that which is thrown at us, but we have the power to control how we respond to what which is thrown to us. You get me? Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that, to be honest.
Wow, you guys have so many lessons. We can't even exhaust them in one sitting. So, can we say we wait for part 2
Come on.
of your
Stay tuned
lessons?
for part 2, man.
Because
Yeah, it's about to be fun. Bro. It's about to be fire.
yeah, it's been a good discussion with you guys, highlighting things that we have learned in our youth. And I can't wait to have you guys in the next session, the part 2 of the things we have learned, so that we know, because we can't